morning, everybody. Good Friday morning. It is the 27th day of December, the last Friday of the year. So glad to have you out there and tuned in to 102.1 FM, the two best hours of local live talk radio here in East Mississippi and West Alabama. And it's largely that because of you folks out there listening and just kind of contributing, giving us a call and let us know what's on your mind. That's always a good thing. Glad you're out there, whether you're on the FM or whether you're streaming at WALTmeridian.com or whether you're on the app, WALT app that you just simply download from your app store onto your device and off you go. I'm Roger B. Say hi to. Here he is driving all the way in from way out west. Here he is from Meehan. Mr. Rob Atkinson.
Hello.
How you doing, sir?
Good morning. Happy Friday. I had to pause for a second. What day is it? It's Friday.
My
days are all mixed up.
Okay, here's a suggestion. While we're even talking about the time change, and maybe leaving it the way it is. There's some talk about maybe Trump will propose a plan to not have the time change anymore. Since the 25th is not really the day. We don't know what day Christ was really born. We just use that as a celebration.
Sure.
Why can't we just celebrate his birthday the last Monday of every December?
I'm with it.
No, better yet, let's make it Tuesday. That way we have Monday as Christmas Eve. We have that off, and then we're off Tuesday.
Let's do a week-long celebration.
Hey! The Hanukkah people have it bright, don't they?
Right.
I mean, come on. The Kwanzaa's got it going on, right? Yeah. We're going to be off all week. We're off all week this time. We're off all week this time. We're going to be all. Yeah. That's, of course, we ought to. Yes. Just a suggestion. Because this Christmas in the middle of the week really just kind of, it's nice. We had a day off. That was very nice. Yes. Of course, productivity was falling off before Wednesday and is still tapered off after Wednesday.
I thought that was all year.
So, and then, of course, next week, the same thing will happen with New Year's. You'll have it right smack in the middle of the week. And then, there's not going to be, we are in the most non-productive 2 weeks of the entire year, right?
Well, next week's going to be an interesting week because of the ball game next week.
Tuscaloosa Ted, did you hear about that ball game?
Yeah, I'll be here to make sure it gets on the air. Okay. That's right.
That's right. We have, is it Tuesday? We're going to have some Alabama football on this station right here.
Well, it's going to be a weird deal because, our show is 7 to 9 and the pregame coverage for the bowl game for Alabama against Michigan is going to be at 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning. So that's going to cut right in the middle of our show on Tuesday. So
no, it won't.
Look at you.
I don't think it will. Because I'm thinking, I don't think the boss would want me to come in and have to pay me a full price to come in for just an hour. So let me, in fact, I would charge overtime actually because it'd be holiday weekend and all. No, I'm just kidding. I'm thinking no show.
Yeah.
All right. Let's, there's some good products that people could listen to while they're leading up to the Alabama football. Let me ask Tuscaloosa Ted if all right, we take off Tuesday morning.
Well, the thing about it is that should be an extra holiday, when the Tide plays, always a holiday. Who cares about the playoff games? It's just all about the bowl games.
That's right.
Should have been there anyway. Look what Indiana did, embarrass themselves. SMU embarrassed themselves. We should have been there.
There you go. You would have taken care of those teams, wouldn't you?
SMU, my fanny. Pony Express.
Pony Express until you roll up against a Tide.
That's right.
Oh yeah. So that's true. We do contractually carry the Alabama football game and this pregame. So
and I do want
on this Tuesday.
And I do want to let folks know that when we do air the football game on Tuesday, I know a lot of folks like to listen to WALT on the app due to copyrights and streaming, regulations. We're not allowed to stream the football game online or on our app. Yeah, it's something to do with the sponsorship of the bowl game. We can only carry it on the FM signal on Tuesday. So just bear that in mind on Tuesday. Only on the FM that day. just for the ball game.
I cannot believe a radio program only on the radio.
What? What is this madness?
Well, let me ask you. This is good. Does the pregame, can it be streamed, or you're talking about the whole game,
thing,
the whole shebang,
the whole shebang?
So now this is interesting. You're going to have to perform some sort of magic here, where you will have on the broadcast, you'll have the Alabama football.
Mm-hmm.
So on the apps and
signal.
Oh, it'll just be a dead signal.
Yeah.
Oh, no magic performed. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because we're not fancy like that.
Well, I understand what you're saying there, of course, and we're not. I've been here for years, folks, and we are not fancy.
I like to keep it simple, stupid.
And if you have been listening to us for a few years, you know we're not fancy. But so, okay, so there you have it. So it'll be all or nothing football on Tuesday on the FM, and it'll be quiet until the ball game is concluded.
Correct.
On the apps and streams.
Yeah, usually
apps and streams.
Usually with pregame, ball game, and postgame, I would imagine we'll probably be back on the app and up and running online probably by 4:30 that afternoon. So you'll be able to catch probably the tail end of Hannity, and probably which Hannity's not going to be back. Which, by the way, congratulations to Sean Hannity. He is now engaged. Did you see this story?
No, I didn't. I don't pay attention.
Him and Ainsley Earhart are now engaged.
She finally said yes.
And everybody's like, what? Yeah, they've been dating for a long time.
I know they've been dating. Yeah.
So he popped the question for the holidays, and she said yes. So there we go. A Fox marriage is coming.
Well, how about
Ainsley
that?
and Sean had that. I bet you didn't know that, did you?
Well, here you go.
He's like, listen here. This is how he proposed. Probably he was like, listen, I've known Donald Trump for 25 years. By the way, and I know martial arts. I'm going to get on my knee and ask you to marry me. Is that yes? You said yes. Okay, good.
Yeah. Did I tell you I'm a martial arts expert?
So there you go. Yeah. So Hannity and Ainsley are going to tie the knot.
I wonder how that works. But of course, it's going to. If they all continue their careers, which they will, I don't see any reason why they won't.
No, they both have big careers.
Their hours are insane, because now Ainsley, she'll have to get up. She always gets up early and comes into the Fox studio, so she'll be leaving the house very early. And of course, Sean, he probably didn't have to get up quite as early with his afternoon and evening programs.
Yeah. So I don't know how that's going to work. That's for them to decide.
Sean, you're taking the kids to school.
Which I know that
you got the kids till school, and then I'll pick them up when I get home.
I wonder how many kids they both do have from previous marriages.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Ainsley Earhart. Let's see.
We're doing a child search. Anyhow,
so there you go. So yeah, that was an engagement. Yeah, Fox News reported on it yesterday. So
Fox Love. I wonder if they'll have a special combined program on Fox Nation.
Will they get married on television or radio?
It could be Fox's equivalent to the royal wedding. Oh man,
this will be her third marriage.
Yeah, she's had a couple of them.
She's got one child from a previous marriage.
It's a daughter she talks about quite often on the show.
And Hannity, I know he's got at least 2 kids. I
think his kids are probably grown to the.
Yeah, I think so.
They're probably out of the house.
So there you go. That was a big story that came down yesterday. Of course.
Well, if you remember last year, I believe it was, that our friend from Meridian, Dr. Lee Valentine, he went to New York to an event for his granddaughter.
Yeah.
Just so happened that his granddaughter goes to the same school where Sean Hannity's and Ainsley's child goes, I guess. So he met Sean Hannity.
Yeah.
And told him about listening to our program that he's carried on our station and all the rest. And I think Sean, even when he introduced Ainsley to Dr. Valentine, said, she needs to marry me or something like that. They were
here we go.
Something like, so I guess it took a year.
It took a year for Sean to get up the nerve, I guess.
So we had kind of a nice little inside story there for a while with our own local Meridian physician telling us about the visit to New York.
Well, plus you got to remember this. Sean's in Florida. He does his show from Florida now.
Well, it's bound to be a happy marriage then. If she's in New York and he's in Florida, I think they're going to succeed.
I think it's going to work out.
I
just
think it's
fine.
going to work out just fine. Hey, we'll get together on days off. Wait a minute, our days off don't. Well, anyway, we'll FaceTime. That's what we'll do. We'll FaceTime.
I will say one thing about their relationship. They've kept it very, not public.
Right.
They've been very, private about their whole relationship. So congrats to them. So.
Congrats to them. Well-deserved couple. How that whole thing will work out. Maybe she'll do like Trump, travel from the north part of the country to the Florida
area. It's the Sean and Ainsley show now.
I wonder if there'll be one.
Maybe.
And they get in arguments on the air. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, right.
I told you to quit leaving the doors of the cupboards open.
It's an actual real marriage.
Can't you shut a cupboard door? Let's take a phone call here at 601-485-9191. Good morning, caller. How are you?
Hey, good morning, y'all.
Lefty.
I don't think that it will work.
Oh, you don't think?
Long-distance relationships just never work out.
Well,
anyway.
It's like my dad always said. He always said, absence makes the heart grow fonder. He said, the less I see you, the more I like you.
That didn't sound real good.
But it's true.
I like it. It's true.
It's true.
That's almost like me trying to pay a compliment to lady. Said, "Oh, you're pregnant again," and she started crying. No. Oh, that's one time that's lesson learned. Life lesson number one.
My dad said my dad also said he loved to see company coming to visit. He says the thing he liked even better than the headlights were the tail lights as they were leaving.
Well, I didn't know Sean was a single man. How long has he been single? Just a curious George. I thought he was a family man.
No, he was married to his. Well, this will be his second marriage once him and Ainsley tie the knot. But yeah, he was married to Jill Rhodes from 1993 to 2019. So they had two children together, older children. But yeah, him and Ainsley have been dating since 2019. I wonder. Anyway.
And it was interesting. I was listening yesterday to a replay of the Rick and Bubba show. They were had Sean Hannity on the Rick and Bubba show.
Yeah.
And he was, of course, Sean was making reference to his wife and kids and all the rest. And they were all, so that was kind of interesting that show aired yesterday. And now you have the engagement of Ainsley Earhart with Sean.
He did propose on Christmas Day. So that was the day he proposed, was on Christmas Day.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
And she must have accepted the day after because it took us a while to get the news.
Yeah.
I don't get to see Fox anymore, not much.
Why?
Well, I got tired of paying DirecTV when they finally tripled their price. I'm like, no more.
Oh, did you go digital aerial?
I did.
Yeah, well, that's all right. That's good.
And I'm hoping to upgrade with something this year. I'm getting tired of watching the Grit channel.
Well, Westerns
is enough.
The Grit
channel.
Oh,
I don't know if there's enough Westerns.
I get to see McClintock Christmas Eve night. That was one of the best John Wayne movies I think ever made.
I ought to slug you. I ought to hit you. I'm not going to hit you, though. Oh, the blank I won't. Boom.
I think I watched it just to see Maureen O'Hara again. Boy, she was some kind of tough, but that was one beautiful woman.
A fiery Irish redhead.
Oh my God, wasn't a straight line on her. No. But anyway, I just called in. I was curious. I thought Sean was been married this whole time.
Yeah, well,
but obviously not. But I do remember.
Now you know.
She's quite a looker.
She is. Yeah. Of course,
good taste to Sean, you know.
I invite you to look on Fox News and find any of the females up there that aren't lookers. That's.
I think that's why they call it Fox Network, huh?
Listen to them up there.
Yeah, if you go to apply there and your woman's like, number one, are you good looking? Okay, question number two. Yeah, because I don't think they have any bad looking ones on Fox. That's like, are there any ugly country female singers? No, hadn't seen them.
True.
But anyway, well, y'all, I'm listening in, waiting for the Haz's blessing and or prophecy or direction we should go, or break out the guillotine or whatever. I don't know.
Break out the guillotine.
Well, what does that make him? If he's a follower,
public square guillotine.
now I'm sitting here trying to think of hazmat. If he's a prophet, if he's got followers, if you're like Lefty here, if you're a follower of Haz, does that make you a Hazite?
Hazite.
That sounds biblical, doesn't it?
Yeah, right.
That's right. The Moabites, the Hittites, and the Hazites.
Yeah, when they break a meeting, all of my people said, "Roger that."
Yeah. I think Haz would be the man in
the new
black hooded, or he's the one that would press the button, as my buddy was always say, "Press the button." Yeah.
the new term for amen. Roger that.
Roger that. Yeah.
Well, y'all have a good one. I'm listening in, but
all right, good deal.
All the best wishes to Sean.
There you go.
There you go. Good well wishing there. Thank you for checking in with us.
All right, bud. See you.
All right.
All right, there you go. You too can be part of the show. 601-485-9191. The show that is brought to you by our good friend Gary Barber down at Barber and Sons Plumbing.
Barber and Sons Plumbing. Barber. Of course, they do sell all types of plumbing parts available down there at Barber and Sons Plumbing. You just got done with all those family get-togethers, and you might have found out that the plumbing got a little overworked this year, and you might need to check one of the commodes in the house, or maybe a sink might have a loose part there, a little leak, whatever it might be. Well, call Gary today at 601-482-7023. That's 482-7023. They're located there at 1123 26th Avenue as well. Drop by and see them. Of course, Gary has got all those plumbing parts ready for you. They even do residential jobs there at Barber and Sons, any kind of repairs, remodeling jobs. If for you do-it-yourselfers out there, if you get stuck on a project and you're a little unsure about what fits this little thingamajig goes here and it goes there, and you get stuck, go by and see Gary. Before you leave the house, take a picture of your project, and it's amazing. He'll zoom in on that picture and be like, you just need this right here. It'll be one little fix, and you're back on the straight and narrow. And don't go wandering down those aisles of the big box stores looking for this particular part that's probably hidden behind something, and the people in the little vest put something in the wrong place, and then you're looking, and you're just spending forever and a day in that store looking. Go shop local with good folks down at Barber and Sons. They are, of course, third generation down there at Barber, and they'll get you fixed up. 1123 26th Avenue, 601-482-7023. Do plumbing with good folks, and they're local. That is Gary Barber, Gayla Gartman, and the staff down at Barber and Sons Plumbing.
All right. It's Mornings in Meridian. Of course, we're speeding toward the half an hour, but we still have time for a call if you like. 601-485-9191. Evidently, President Biden signed 50 bills into law on Christmas Eve. With just under a month to go until the end of his administration. He spent part of Christmas Eve signing 50 bills into law. Says, I would like to sign 50 bills into law before I go on vacation to Virgin Islands, which is where the president and his wife are now. Don't have a lot of coverage of what all of these are, but the Stop Campus Hazing Act, I think that might be, I don't know if that's one of them there. But
oh, good Lord.
Let's see. Joe Biden, he got let's see, Stop Institutional Child Abuse Act. I think that was promoted by Paris Hilton. She's been on the news here a little bit lately. Have you seen her?
Oh, everybody's seen her. Oh, bad boy.
She's thinking she might run for office one day. Well, she saw how well she was received,
Oh, she's been received well by a lot of people.
And of course, the Stop Campus Hazing Act.
Stop Campus Hazing Act.
It requires institutions of higher learning to disclose hazing incidents in their annual security reports if they're reported to campus or local police.
Does that also include hazing Jewish students during protests? Oh.
They're not included. They're not included. They're not included.
Just asking if they had that.
We love the Palestinians. We love the Palestinians. They are not included. I'm sorry. We're taking a great song.
I'm just asking.
And of course,
does that include all or a few?
This also, Senate Bill 932 prevents members of Congress from receiving their retirement payments if they're convicted of crimes related to public corruption.
Wow.
So
he's really tackling the tough stuff there.
in other words, if you're
let me protect myself. How about that?
Now, here's my question. How is anybody in Congress going to get their retirement? How are they going to get their retirement?
Congress, Senate, him, everybody.
Capital, we've got to rescind this. We've got to somehow change this. We're not going to.
Oh, I'm sure there's a clause in there and another one covering all of them probably.
Wait a minute. How is Trump? How is Biden going to get his retirement? Because I wasn't convicted, you dog-faced pony soldier.
Yeah, because he made all of his money in other ways. Wink, wink.
Don't you worry. We'll get it back when we charge them $1,000 an hour for handling their case. That's
why they send so much money to Ukraine. It's called kickbacks.
Well, how much money came from there? How much money came from China?
Yeah. He's fine.
How much money came back from the human trafficking cartels?
Ooh.
Oh, shut my mouth. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Ha! All right, welcome back to Mornings in Meridian. I guess that's Sean's song.
Yeah.
We can rename that to Sean's song.
Sean's
now.
song,
There you go. All right, we're glad you're out there tuned in. A little bit of levity there for you. That's Austin Cunningham playing that there. Yeah. The Girls on Fox News song.
Oh, love
You
it.
remember that one, don't you?
I do. That's
I
great.
know it.
Needs a little updating, but
Well, it does, but some of them are still there. But
I mentioned Ainsley in there. She's still doing her thing, and
so that other one,
Dana.
Those other ones are still there. Oh, mercy. We're glad. Well, we should do that. We should update that. All right. It's Mornings in Meridian. We're glad you're out there tuned in and being part of the show here. Why don't we just take a phone call here at 601-485-9191. Good morning, caller. Welcome to our show.
Good morning, guys. Come in peace. Love everybody. There's nothing you can do about it.
Thank you.
All right. Some of us got a good Christmas gift. And I'm speaking of, if you remember a couple of years ago, I was telling you guys about some government program called the WEP, that's Windfall Elimination Provision, and the GO Government Offset Program, GOP, Government Offset Program, or Reset Program. And it started back in Papa Bush days. And what he did was, he said people that got a state pension that also paid into Social Security, if they got both of them, they would have a windfall, and that would enrich us too much. So they started off with 5 states, and they penalized us. We only got a portion of our Social Security. And the next time I checked, it was over 15 states. Well, it grew to 23 states. Now, as the great states grew, more and more people was affected by it, mainly police, firefighters, school teachers. So now the bill has just passed in the House and the Senate to roll that back and give the people their full Social Security that they was entitled to. And I'm one of those that's included.
Good.
So, yep, that was a good Christmas gift because we was unfairly targeted.
Let's say we're going to hold back the money that we owe you.
Yeah.
Where's that about? What's that about?
Well, it was about governors balancing their budget on the back of police, firefighters, and school teachers. And see, you only got Social Security if you paid into it. Now, with us as the fire department, we do not pay into Social Security. We have our own retirement fund, just as the school teachers and the police did. So you had to work additional job to qualify for Social Security, which many of us did.
Yeah. Oh, I get it now. So you have I guess in the state of Mississippi, they call it PERS, which is some sort of a personal retirement thing for employees.
Right.
Public employee retirement something. So very good. So you did both. You, of course, served in the fire department, and you worked a private job as well.
Hey, I tell people my 40 years after going to Cincinnati, I never worked less than 2 jobs. And the key was I always did something that I liked. So it wasn't like it was work. It was, you're getting paid for my hobby. And there was plenty of opportunities there. So that makes it different a lot, where there's opportunity and people utilize. I won't say take advantage because that's a negative word.
Tried to get the job that I liked, but they would never give it to me. They would never pay me to do the job that I liked.
Okay. I hear something coming with that.
Well, I wanted to be a recliner tester for Lazy Boy. They just wouldn't. They said, I said, bring it to my home. It's going to take me a while to get the real feel for it. So give me like one a week and I'll test it and let y'all know. I'll spend all day just testing that recliner. They didn't want to go over that.
Now, you know what? That'll probably fly today's time. When you tried it, they probably say, bah humbug. But today, that'll probably fly. They create a job like that.
Here's the way. I'd have to do this before Elon Musk has his influence. So I'd have to do it. I'd have to apply for a government grant to test the comfort of recliners and for a consumer report. How's that?
Yep.
Government consumer report.
That government grants, boy, give them out like candy.
I'm telling you, that's how I can make it work.
Right.
What was I thinking?
There you go. You just came from the wrong angle.
That's it. That's it. That's it. You're right.
Yep.
It's all about that angle, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, good to hear about that. The present that you got this year. Way to go, and well, as you should. Anybody who has retirement coming should get it.
Now, the question is it going to be retro, or do we just start here going forward? Whenever they start it,
don't push it. Don't push it.
Because they took that, like I say, back from Papa Bush. I think he's the one that put it in and signed it into law.
Read my lips. No new taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right, you guys have a good day. I just thought I'd spread that for the 23 states of the firefighter, police, and school teachers that was involved. And Mississippi governor never signed on to it. So I don't know why, but they could have been smart, could have been compassion, whatever. They never signed on to it.
Yeah. Good call. Good report. Thank you, Mississippi James. Appreciate it.
All right, you guys have a good day.
Thanks, sir.
All right. You too can be part of the show. Bring us some interesting news just like that. 601-485-9191.
Absolutely.
I'll give you some interesting news.
Yeah.
Southern Business Supply is a great place to buy local for all your business supplies rather than going online to a big box facility or a big warehouse somewhere in the middle of America and wait for all your stuff to arrive at a some sort of parcel box. Why don't you just go ahead and buy local and have it delivered to you just as Charles Frazier does the very next day?
Honey, the package didn't arrive on time. I don't know.
According to the tracking, it's still in Memphis.
Well, order from Southern Business
it's in
Supply.
Jackson.
That's what you got to do.
You just accelerated my voice. That was good.
Yeah, but located at 5685 Dale
It's in
Drive.
Jackson.
It's in Jackson. And then it's got to bounce over here. It's right across the way from the Wayman Newell Bridge is Southern Business Supply, 5685 Dale Drive. Of course, they are open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and they carry all those office supplies that you need, janitorial supplies, the 5-gallon spring water coolers, break room supplies, you name it, even those full lines of office furniture, desk, chairs, filing cabinets, you name it. Of course, they even have an in-house decorator, designer on staff to kind of help you out with maybe a design you're looking for. And they got a beautiful showroom down there you can go check out as well. They offer next day delivery on most office and janitorial supply items. And once again, easy to shop online at southernbusinesssupply.com. They've got well over 40 years with all the local folks down there in the Billy Adam Calvert's family to get you squared away. 601-485-2447. That's 601-485-2447. When you spend money with Southern Business Supply, that money stays local, stays right here in our backyard. Say no to the big box stores and say a big yes to Southern Business Supply.
It's Mornings in Meridian. Glad you're out there, tuned in. Roger, along with Rob, on this Friday, the last Friday of the year. Glad you're with us. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yeah, this is Harold May Coltrane.
Hey, what are you doing?
Okay, sir.
The A stands for available.
Available.
I used to watch News Babes until I turned over to PMS NBC one time and seen that Rachel Mad Cow.
Oh.
That's a good-looking woman right there. You know it?
You need to go to the eye doctor.
It happens to be where I'm headed, actually. But we'll put a...
So you're confirming.
When the cows are having trouble calving, we'll put a TV out in the barn. They'll see her, and then everything just goes just like it's supposed to. Of course, they got to have a Xanax afterwards, but anyway, we'll make it all work.
No.
Are you confirming that Rachel Mad Cow is actually a heifer?
I don't know if she's a heifer. It's just one good-looking woman. I like that butch haircut, but anyway.
He's a short-haired guy.
Drive by.
Glad he's going to the eye doctor. That's for sure.
say, you need to get your eyes checked there. Good Lord.
Isn't that something? Oh, have mercy. Have mercy.
Well, what are they going to do in the new year? Oh, they're going to love the new year. They got something to cover all the time now with Trump.
Well, that and they're doubling down on their, there's no adjustment. They're just doubling down on their Trump derangement syndrome, and they're going to see how that carries them through the next year.
Hitler, white supremacist.
Yeah, Hitler was. And
how did that sway the voters there, folks?
Well, Olive Journey was behind the chancellor back in the 30s. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Sure.
I think we see things a little bit differently here than things were back then in Germany. It's one of those. I like the comment about the fox and hey, he was listening to the music anyway. That's good. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. I'm Roger. He's Rob. We'll take more of your calls. 601-485-9191. That's the talk line. We'll be back. That'll get the coffee perking this morning. That's Paramore. Of course, let's say happy birthday, shall we, to Haley Nicole Williams.
Haley!
Yes, 36 years old today, the lead singer of group Paramore. She's from a town in east central Mississippi called Meridian.
Yep.
So there you go.
One of our own.
One of our own there. Happy birthday. Other birthdays include, I know you're dying to know there, Rob.
Yeah.
Let's see. That one is not important. That was not. Let's see. Here's one of the late John Amos. We just lost him this year, by the way.
Yeah, we did.
He would have been 85, but today is his birthday. If you remember him, he was he was in the let's see. Was it Coming to America movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, as well as many other things, but he was the fast food restaurant owner.
He's got his own money.
He's got his own money. Yes, I knew you could pull up some of those lines. So
what if I told the girl don't like you no more?
That's it. The French actor Gerard Depardieu, 76 years old. from Cesario, was it Serrano de Bergerac? Is that it?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good enough. The man in the iron mask. That. Fast fact, he was granted citizenship of Russia in 2013. He became a cultural ambassador for Montenegro, and he was accused of rape in 2018. So
Wow.
there you go.
What a checkered past.
There you go. How about them apples? Anyway, all right. Other birthdays include the late, of course, Marlene Dietrich.
Oh.
And she was born in 1901. And, of course, the late Sidney Greenstreet. Who was he? He was the fat guy in Casablanca and the Maltese Falcon.
Like that, the fat guy.
Well, yeah, you know.
I know.
Yeah, you know which one that is. That's it.
He was the portly fella.
He was quite portly. That's right. So happy birthday of today on the 27th of December is your birthday. By the way, you messed up. You didn't get the right Christmas gift. There's going to be a way to make it better. Not today, not this weekend, but Monday.
Yep.
At 10 o'clock, when LaBiche Jewelers opens their door, you'll be able to go in and make it right. So go in and take a look at all the selection they have at LaBiche Jewelers.
That's right. They will be open. They're, like Roger said, they're closed today, but they will reopen on Monday. They'll be open Monday and Tuesday, and they will be closed on New Year's Day next week. Of course, a heritage of trust since 1953. And go by and see them there at 2212 8th Street, right there between 22nd and 23rd Avenues. Of course, they provide exceptional service down there at LaBiche Jewelers, whether it's maybe that gift that you forgot to get underneath the tree this year. Well, you can make up for it in a big way with maybe a pendant necklace, or hey, they even have those LaBiche watches down there as well. Of course, what do you always say? The battery is always on the house there. They can get that installed for you there if you need to get a new one on that LaBiche watch, and it does say it right there on the cover, so you'll be able to check that out when you go by and see the staff at LaBiche Jewelers. So local folks, good folks to do business with there at 2212 8th Street. Once again, right between 22nd and 23rd Avenues. Once again, they're closed today, but reopen Monday and Tuesday, right before the new year. So, hey, ring in the new year if you're going to a New Year's party with a special gift for that special someone from LaBiche Jewelers, a heritage of trust.
Since 1953.
Bing, bing, bing.
All righty. It's Mornings in Meridian. Back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome.
Roger sounded like he had a little experience with that. Now you can go and fix it after the fine stop. Now the jury doors open and you can. Roger sounded like he had maybe a little bit of experience that.
You show me any husband who's been married for 40 years not have some time when he remembers he messed up.
To go fix it.
Yeah.
I like that. After Christmas, go fix it.
Go fix it.
I remember Ron White he said, he was talking about De Beers Jewelers, and every year, they'd come up with a fancy slogan, and he said, one year it was diamonds render her speechless. He said, why don't they say what they really mean? Diamonds, that'll shut her up. For a little while.
For a little while? That's
Anyway,
right. That's right. Get accurate in their advertising. That's right.
Y'all are seeing all the gearing up Mexico and other countries is doing for the big deportation we're fixing to do. Mexico building all these big units that can house them. Mexico wouldn't have that problem if they kept them out of there and not let them come through their country.
Mm-hmm.
Not aided and abetting them.
They knew what they were doing.
They knew what they were doing. They were the ones. You imagine. How do you come from Somalia, end up on Mexico's southern border? You're broke. You ain't got a dime. And the next thing you know, you're at the Texas border.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's all Mexico. But you saw the sanctuary cities are coming up with programs giving out phone numbers of the immigration lawyers where somebody messes with you, how to report ICE and how to, of course, it'll be lying on them. Saying they did this and did that, so it is going to be.
Well, I have a good fix for that. If I were Mr. Holman, I would not even touch the sanctuary cities until the very last. If the sanctuary cities want to have those illegal criminals in their city, let them have them.
Well, it's just like Roger. It's just like California's broke. California's living off the federal government.
Mm-hmm.
Their education system, their medical system, their their health care is all broke on account of illegals, but yet they say we're going to keep them and we're not going to let anybody touch them, but yet they expect the federal government to pump billions of dollars to keep their state afloat. So what do you do there? Cut off the faucet. Cut it off.
Yeah, and I hope this administration does that, because that's then next thing you'll do, you'll get up the sanctuary city saying, please come in and get these people out of here.
Exactly.
You'll have the voters saying that for sure. Like
yeah, mainly the voters, not the politicians. Right.
Yeah, you've heard the voters in Chicago how mad they are. The African Americans and voters are sick of illegals. They every time you turn on the news, you see them. But anyway. Well, listen, guys, hope y'all had a good Christmas, too, but thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah. And, of course, the focus is going to be, and of course, you listen to the hype from the left, and they're trying to create a spin on this that's just, I don't think people are buying it. They're trying to put a spin on it that says, look how bad this administration is going to be. They're going to be deporting families and children and all the rest. Well, they're going after the criminals first. They're going after criminals. As one person from the New York Post said on Fox News this morning, there's no resources to go after every single person.
But when you look at
it's going to be the criminals.
If you look at the American voter back during the election, they had polled Americans about deportation. It was like 60 to 70% of Americans favored deportation. They didn't categorize what it was. They just favored it. And boy, they showed it at the ballot box too, and they went out and voted. So, and it's an overwhelming majority of Americans that support some type of deportation. So,
and if we go into a city where we're not welcome, if I were the ICE agent, okay, let's focus on the places of the country that do want to be secure, and we'll take care of them first.
Well, and I got news for these big city mayors and all these governors. If you want to go ahead and stand in front of federal law, go right ahead and say that ends for you.
I think Holman's got a plan.
I think Tom's going to do just fine.
I think he's got a plan. What after this 4-year term, let's do it. Let's do it like an analysis between his work versus his predecessor. We'll take a break for Fox News. We'll come back. I'm Roger. He's Rob, and this is Haley Williams. She's from Meridian. She's 36 today. Wish her a happy birthday.
And about forgiveness, we're both
Welcome back to the second hour of the two best hours of local live talk radio. It's Friday. It's the 27th. So glad you're out there and tuned in to 102.1 FM. And of course, you are welcome to join us on our stream, WALT Meridian.com. Or if you have the app, download it on your device and off you go. If you're brave enough to join us on Facebook, you're welcome to do that too. I'm Roger. Say hi to Rob Atkinson.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning, sir. Good to see you on this, what do you call it, kind of a nothing week, really, is what it is.
Well, we are going to have something tomorrow, though. Looks like we have a pretty decent chance of some severe stuff as far as weather is concerned tomorrow. The National Weather Service has upgraded basically our entire East Mississippi area to a level 3 out of 5 risk of severe storms tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow night. They are expecting the main risk will be strong damaging winds. National Weather Service, let me pull this back up here, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts up to associated with this front that's going to be moving in tomorrow afternoon into the evening. And we could see large hail up to golf ball size. Wow. And severe storms, tornadoes likely, possibly strong. So level 3 out of 5. So just when you thought the severe weather was done here in 24, we've got another batch of it coming tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. Now, we do have some rain that is up on radar right now here in the area, but it's not anything severe. It's just a couple little thunderstorms kind of moving through over the next hour or so. But just be weather alert tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours. And, of course, if anything comes down from the National Weather Service, it'll pop right on with our alert system here with WALT to let you know what's going on. So just kind of be weather alert, know it's coming, so you can plan accordingly tomorrow.
All right, there you have it. Let's go to the phone lines here at Mornings in Meridian and say good morning, caller. Welcome to our show.
Good morning. How are you?
Joe!
That just makes me all tingly. It really does.
We're glad you're out there. Have Merry Christmas to you, Joe.
Same to you. How did y'all pass your holiday?
We did well.
Nice and quiet day at home. It was just the way I like it.
Me too. I sat around and watched all the sappy Christmas movies all day. I didn't do nothing.
The sappy Christmas movies.
Sappy. What would be an example of one of your favorite sappy Christmas movies?
Oh, well, I have a tradition. Well, I used to anyway. When I had my kids, I would force them the Saturday before Christmas to watch White Christmas first, and then we had to watch The Christmas Carol, but the one with Alistair Sim, the 1952 version or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like those good redemption stories. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I was trying to watch one of my favorites, and that was the It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, yeah, I like that one, too.
And it was free to me, as they say on the streaming apps, but it was abridged. They left out key parts of the movie, and I said, well, this stinks. So I just quit watching it. I said, we can't be doing this. You can't just put this out there and then chop off a big important part of the movie.
I saw an article on that where, that was a big case. It was causing a lot of uproar that Netflix or whatever cut a bunch of the movie out. Yeah. And I was like, what are you doing?
These little, anyway, Joe, glad you're here. And of course, glad you had some time to watch sappy Christmas movies. So are you off this week? Or are you among the productive in town?
We're among the productive. I worked yesterday. We're going to work all day today. And we'll do the same thing next week. But we actually got to get off a little early on Tuesday. So nice. I don't know what they're going to do this week.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I wanted to explain to y'all something that was going on. Y'all probably didn't know because I didn't know till I got this in the mail.
Oh.
Yeah, this is really, really scary. In 2021, Mexico filed a lawsuit against most of the major U.S. gun manufacturers, including Smith & Wesson, Barrett, Beretta, Century Arms International, Colt, Glock, and Ruger. What's their allegation? That the gun manufacturers cartels, which controls up to 35% of the country, by allowing the guns to be trafficked into the hands of Mexican criminals. What a crock.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a feature on 60 Minutes last Sunday about the Iron River, they call it. That's the guns that are going into the cartel's hands from America. Of course, I thought they were focusing strictly on, according to the report from 60 Minutes, the suit was really only against Smith & Wesson, which is still a crock. But it's kind of like, well, they're focusing on some of these gun owners, these gun stores. And as long as these stores are selling legally, I don't know where they would have a case.
They don't have a case. They do not have a case. They are just trying to manipulate what's been going on with the drug cartel, and they can't really do anything about it. It's kind of rough because it's such a, Mexico's such a poor country. Look at all of the drugs coming across the border. Look at all of the poor kids that are being trafficked, the women that are being trafficked, everybody that's playing everybody to get across the border with all of the open ones that we have right now. Yeah. It's ridiculous down there. They have no control over what's going on at all. It's ridiculous.
Wow. Jeez.
Well, and I saw that report and I said, okay, I get it. I see what they're trying to do. It's like, watch this over here. This is the problem. This is the source of the problem. You know what? The problem is if the Mexican government would stop being so corrupt and taking money from the cartels and letting them get away with literally murder and really tighten down and crack down on people within their own country, then guess what? They wouldn't have the problem.
But guess what? The cartels are protecting the government. That's why the cartels are getting away with everything.
Oh, are you saying that there is deep-seated, deep state corruption in Mexico?
Oh, my God. Was I not supposed to say that out loud?
Are you? Be careful. Your life could be in danger.
Oh, yeah. Like, I'm really scared. Let me just tell you. I told you already. I don't care. I ain't scared.
It's kind of like, Rob, I'm sitting here thinking, if everything just goes to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah.
And I'm in a trench with somebody and it happens to be, we have Joe from Chunky on my right and Hazmat on my left.
I'm good.
I'm taking a nap.
I'm good.
I'm taking a nap. Y'all got this.
It's all good.
Well, what you just proved was that you're a whip. Is that true?
No, I'm smart. I know who can handle things.
No. Don't start deflecting now. You just admitted that you can't handle the truth, and you would rather let somebody else deal with what's going on than man up and do it yourself.
I'm just saying, if I'm in the trenches with you and Haz, I'm not scared.
What do you think we wouldn't need any help? You don't think we don't need
I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, you were fading out on me there, Joe. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, right. I bet.
But that's a very good issue that you brought to the table, because I did have something on that Monday when we started the broadcast, and it's like, yeah, that's like.
I mean, I don't understand how stupid they think America is. Do you really think this is one of the last countries that actually allow you to possess a firearm?
Yeah.
Okay? And we do that so we can protect ourselves from whatever's going on around us and even the government. It's ridiculous. And I told a lot of people this before. What are you going to do? Seriously.
Yeah.
If an army tank and 20 soldiers pop out of there and come and knock on your front door, seriously, what are you going to do? Yeah. What can you do?
But Joe,
you cannot defend yourself against something like that.
Here's something I always remember, too. When you hear the word lawsuit in the news, whether it's here locally or whether it is nationally or federally, who stands to gain whenever you hear the word lawsuit?
Yeah.
Well, that depends on how much money they're suing for.
Well,
because the money is not necessarily... the law is not really what's going on. It's the money.
Win or lose, who's making money on lawsuits?
They always tell you to follow the money, and that's the big issue.
Lawyers are the big winners in lawsuits.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And they don't mind lawsuits being issued here or there, whether it's against Trump or against Hunter Biden, or whether it's against gun owners in America or gun stores in America.
Oh, yeah. Hunter Biden quietly went into the night and nobody's talking about him anymore?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they manipulate so much about what we're supposed to know, what we're supposed to listen to, how we're supposed to feel, what we're supposed to think. But my problem is, I ain't that stupid.
That's one thing we noticed about you. You are not that stupid.
Well, I'm not stupid at all, actually. But, if you
that's right.
If you think you're going to tell me something and I'm just going to follow along, with my little nose ring, that ain't going to happen because the big man upstairs took care of that a long time ago.
The sad part about lawsuits is it does force innocent people to have to spend hard-earned resources to pay for attorneys to defend themselves against frivolous and unnecessary encroachment from prosecution.
Look at Daniel. Look at Daniel Penny. I went there. Thank you very much.
Very
All
good.
right, tell me about Daniel Penny.
Oh, that's the guy up in New York that was on trial recently, for the guy that he choked out on the subway, that he was the ex-Marine. That story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he got found not guilty, too.
Yeah, but he had to.
Wow.
In New York, by the way.
Well, that's another thing, too. When you start voting, you have to decide what exactly is it that you want in a candidate? Because let's be honest, there is no such thing as a perfect candidate.
No.
There's no such thing as a
True.
good voter either, because I can guarantee you at least 75% of the people that vote are only going by what they hear, and they're not doing any research. They're not trying to find out what's going on. They're not making phone calls. They're not paying any attention. They're just going by what they hear on the news. And that's not the way to vote.
Well, the way I always say it, Joe, is when I see one of these Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter, on the House floor talking however they're talking, I'm like, it's not really that person that concerns me. It's the people that voted for that person to get in office that concerns me.
Well, that's exactly my point.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody complains, this one didn't do this and this one didn't do that and all that kind of stuff. And then they're complaining about, well, what's in it for me? Well, wait a minute now. You're the one that put the guy in office.
Yep.
What do you mean what's in it for you? You knew what you were voting for.
Exactly.
Why are you complaining now?
Yep. The Rhino Republicans up there, too. So,
Well, the thing is, every time an election cycle comes around, did you know that there's actually a website and a phone number that you can actually call and either talk to this person or somebody that's on the campaign and ask questions and find out what's going on? I mean, does this guy really have a criminal record? What has this guy done in the last 20 years? Why should I give him my vote? What is he going to be doing for the people around me and my family? And how's he going to help me?
yep.
You know what I'm saying? These are questions you need to start asking when you start thinking about who you're voting for.
Engage in the process instead of just showing up on election day and just checking a box. Oh, that name looked familiar. I'm just going to go ahead and vote for them again.
Yeah, that's exactly correct. That's why, what's his name? Benny Thompson keeps getting reelected.
Your buddy Benny.
No.
Our buddy Benny.
Our buddy Benny.
There you go.
He's your buddy, Benny. He ain't my buddy. He's got those people so snowed, they keep voting him all the time,
Oh, yeah.
And that's like, and I'm not trying to be ugly, but Michael Guest is not on my list either.
Mm.
He was on the committee to vote for Trump's election fraud. That's not what I put him in office for. I'm sorry, but that's not what you were supposed to be doing.
Oh, Joe, you
So,
got to learn to forgive,
My problem
Joe.
is that if I vote for you and you're supposed to be representing me, how come you're not calling or taking a poll and saying, look, this is what's going on. What do you think we should do?
Mm.
And that's how it should be done.
I hear you.
So
there you go.
unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I tell you what, I hate it when you get your blood pressure up so much before you go into work.
But I love y'all.
I know you do. I know you do. We're so glad you do.
It ain't now, my blood pressure gets up. I know how to control myself. I ain't got that problem.
Hey, speaking of controlling yourself, when's the next vacation with the girls?
Oh, I don't know. We tried to get together for Christmas, but I couldn't make it.
Oh, no.
So
You
my
had to.
girlfriend, she goes to Montana to her in-laws every other year.
Yeah.
And it scares me half to death because they have to de-ice the plane.
Oh God.
Well, yeah, that shouldn't scare you. That should make you feel good. You have to de-ice the plane.
That's a scary concept. If you're gonna get on a plane and realize when you land, they gotta de-ice the. Oh no. Joe ain't doing snow like that. I'm sorry, I ain't having it.
He ain't doing it. I'm not going where you have to de-ice the airplane.
You are not gonna catch me making no snow angels nowhere.
Look at you. I love it. Okay, well, that a true South Louisiana girl right there.
That's right. You ain't catching me above the Mason-Dixon line. I got news for you.
Yeah, well, occasionally we do have to de-ice a plane or two down below the Mason-Dixon, but not often, thank goodness.
All right, well, I got to go to work now. You know I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, bye.
Okay. Talk to you later. I love it. Hey, we'll talk to you later. It's our friend Joe from Chunky. Well, let's talk about somebody who really does research, and they work hard to try to find you a way to save insurance, save money on insurance. And that's our friend Jeffrey Wilson down at State Farm Insurance.
Just a good all-around insurance agent. Of course, he is located not too far from us here at the radio station. He's at 2401 Highway 39 North. Of course, Jeffrey can combine your home and auto insurance, and you're going to save. This is just an average number here, folks. $889 when you combine your home and auto insurance with State Farm. So drop by and see Jeffrey, and he can tell you about that plan and many others to combine your maybe insurance or maybe something else in your home, or maybe a condo, whatever it might be. He can do it for you down there at Jeffrey Wilson State Farm. Of course, relationships, you want to know your agent. When you need a claim, you need to know your agent, obviously. And Jeffrey is embedded here in our community here in Meridian, Lauderdale County. He's involved in a lot of different civic organizations, Downtown Optimist Club, the East Mississippi Board of Realtors, Fellowship of Christian Athletes. That's just a few of them, but that just shows you how much Jeffrey loves his community. And you want to do business with someone who is nothing but local. And that is Jeffrey Wilson State Farm. Go by and see him at 2401 Highway 39 North in Meridian, or you can call ahead at 601-483-8253. That is 601-483-8253. Like a good neighbor.
State Farm is there.
That's right.
Mornings in Meridian. Let's take a phone call. Good morning. Welcome to our show.
Good morning, Rob and Roger.
Hey,
How are you today?
Hello, Mr. Mayor.
Hello, sir. Doing great.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about corruption in government in Mexico. Do you think by any chance that we got a little bit of corruption in the government in the U.S. of A?
No, not in the U.S.
Never. They're all clean as a whistle.
No.
Now, they passed that law. If anybody was... I bet you it won't stay on the book very long. Found guilty of it.
See, they have, see, in other countries like the banana republics, they've got corruption. Here, we just have lobbyists.
I like the way you put that.
Lobbyist.
But if they pass that law about they won't receive their retirement, they won't be not the first one that gets any government money for retirement after they get out of office if they go by corruption and illegal activities. It'll save us a lot of money, but it'll never happen.
That's right.
But I just got one comment. They talk about the illegal immigrants. Isn't that term a little bit erroneous? Isn't it incorrect? Because why would you call them illegal if the government opened the gates, the border, and invited them in? Would that make them illegal?
That's a good point.
And I notice in California, they don't call them immigrants, they call them migrants. They're seeking a better job, better work, just migrants.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we've had a long history in this country of using migrant labor. I mean, it goes back before I was born that they had to have migrants to do some of the harvesting of fields and working of fields in California and Florida and Texas. And you had, I guess there was a legal way to try to they would come in during the harvest season and work, and then they go back to their homes in Mexico or Guatemala, wherever they were from, and then go back there. So there's always been this migration of this need for labor in our country from migrants. Did we lose you?
Well,
hello,
no,
hello.
You there, Mr. Mayor? Huh?
Mr. Benny,
the phone must have dropped out on him there.
Oh no, we lost him there.
He can call us back.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's take a break here for
All
Fox
right.
News, and I'm Roger, and Rob is here.
Yes,
It's Friday.
Mm-hmm. We
And,
think, yeah, it's Friday.
Some potential severe weather coming tomorrow,
Yeah.
so let's all be on the lookout for that. Michigan 105.7, The Legend.
The Legend.
That's right. Glad you're out there. It's Mornings in Meridian. Roger, Rob, and you. Good combination on this last Friday of 2024. In fact, our last show will actually be Monday because I think New Year's Eve, there's going to be football pregame information being distributed on the station that morning.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Tuscaloosa Ted's fired up about it.
I'll be here.
We cover.
I got this covered. You don't worry about nothing.
And we want to thank our sponsors for Alabama football. Good folks that helped make that happen. So they'll be aired during that show as well. All right. It's Mornings in Meridian. We've got, let's see. Who do we want to talk about here? I know we need to, we got somebody on the line. Let's do that, and then we'll talk about one of our sponsors. Good morning, caller. Welcome to our show.
Well, Lefty had to call back in after.
Why did you do that, Lefty?
After listening to Joe and about the de-icing of the wings, that reminded me of a comedian I saw a few years back, a little kind of obese guy, I think from Arkansas. I can't remember his name, but he was talking about getting on a commuter plane, and he said the pilots said we had to stay on the ground for a while because they was trying to figure out how much gas to put in it. And he said, well, hell, fill it up.
Oh, you're talking about the late, great, that guy. I think
he did die.
He did, bless his heart. I know who you're talking about, though.
Obesity.
Mm-hmm.
But he was funny. He was funny. Had the Southern accent and everything, but he said, well, just fill it up.
Just fill it up.
I thought it was funny. I must not have thought it was funny, but
I'm laughing.
Glad to hear somebody.
Oh, it was good. You're talking about James Gregory. That's who it was.
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, that's who he was.
I knew I'd know it if I heard it.
Yeah, he was the one that said that.
Yeah, he was funny. I thought that was funny.
He was funny. Appreciate it. Thanks for reminding us of that. That's right.
Hey, and I wonder if Joe, I used to date a little girl from Metairie. And she had some words that were giveaways that she was from New Orleans area.
Yeah.
And she said something about, it's right around the corner.
Corner.
The corner.
Yeah. I like the way down in Metairie, the teenagers back in the 70s, they used to party. Yeah.
She had to correct me one time on, I said, do you want any mayonnaise on your hamburger? She says, mayonnaise. I said, yeah. Well, we call it mayonnaise. I said, oh, mayonnaise. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard it pronounced that way before, but anyway, that was some of the words we.
What little happened to you and your little Cajun girl?
She moved to Florida. She took a promotion and went all the way down to
Florida.
Oh, where was it? I forgot it. She went down there right after Andrew.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's 90s.
And she was a hot tamale, but she was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, gay sarah.
Okay, all right. There you go. Thanks for sharing some of that good old history from the love life, the lovelorn lefty. Lovelorn lefty. We've expanded his name now. It's expanded to Lovelorn Lefty.
That's it. Yeah, that's a good one.
All right.
Oh, at least I got my dogs.
All right. And, there you go.
Yeah. All right, y'all. I just had to call in and remember that one. I said, let y'all share that with the world or whoever's listening.
Glad you did.
Listen it up.
That's
all
it.
right, y'all. Listen in.
Let's see it.
Thank you.
Love Lauren.
This right here, folks, is the day that I learned the reality of how dangerous a plane can be. I learned this in the Bahamas. They have the planes that just go island to island, very short trip, like a 20-minute trip. And they actually like crop dusters more than anything. They got one propeller. They only seat about 8 people, 10 at the most. And they have to know the weight of everything that goes on board the aircraft before the plane can take off. And I had never been through that before. And the guy coming to me with the clipboard in his hand, he said, sir, how much do you weigh? I said, why do you need to know? He said, so we'll know how much fuel to put in. I said, fill it up.
James Gregory. Yeah, he was a funny guy. Oh man, I need some help here, Rob.
Yes, sir.
Are you a hunter?
No, sir.
I'm not either. I'm just not a hunter. But evidently, somehow,
I know a lot of good hunters.
Well, maybe they can call in. If you're a hunter out there, I need your attention because there's evidently some debate. I didn't realize this was an issue, but evidently there's a debate over deer dog hunting in Mississippi.
What?
Yeah, evidently that says for centuries hunters have trained dogs as their companions, and we have a lot of stories about dogs hunting and all this. Hunting dog. That's a good hunting dog.
That's right.
But today, hunting with dogs specifically for deer, that's a little more complicated. Using dogs to hunt white-tailed deer, the most common type of deer in North America, is only legal. I didn't realize this only in 9 states, and Mississippi is one of them.
Really?
But hunters have and private property owners have butted heads for years over the practice of. And I'm reading this story from Mississippi Today, by the way. And it says,
enough of that.
Hunters and private property owners have butted heads for years over the practice, with landowners complaining about hunting dogs straying onto their land and disturbing their peace. So I don't know. What about it, hunters?
I remember growing up when I went hunting before with like my great uncle and some of my cousins. They hunted with dogs.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know you got like hunting for rabbits or fox or coons. Hey, he's got one treed. Okay, all right.
Stand up about when they went hunting and
he
was naming off all the hunting dogs, the legendary hunting dogs that Uncle Versey had. An old trailer because that was the story where the guy climbs the tree or whatever and he gets treed up in there with a lynx. That was a souped up wildcat.
I love it.
Yeah,
but anyway, I just was wondering.
That's interesting.
Do those of you out there with deer camps and deer blinds and deer house, shoot house they call it, do you want people coming through there with dogs? Or tell us what your thoughts are on that. 601-485-9191 is our talk line. Good morning, caller. How are you?
Well, speaking of,
wait a minute. Here we go. We got an expert on the topic right here.
Yeah, well, I don't know about an expert, but they couldn't find Uncle Versey. They finally went home scared to death to tell Grandma that they couldn't find Uncle Versey, and Uncle Versey said he got home about an hour ago with the dogs.
That's right. I love it. Oh gosh, I could listen to Jerry Clower all day. So good.
Ain't that the truth? So tell me, Mister, is it a big problem using dogs and hunting for deer, or people?
So the issue is there's completely 2 different styles of hunting.
Yeah.
And a still hunter who's sitting in a box over a green field wants the woods to be calm and natural and for the deer to do their thing and just come their way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And the dog hunters want to stay in the outside perimeters and let the dogs run the deer by them. Okay, that's natural. Let's see how that works.
Yeah.
The problem is when the dog hunters don't have adequate land amounts.
Okay.
And then so they run their dogs through a still hunter who's put all the time and effort, and he's sitting on his stand, probably been there 2 hours, and all of a sudden the dogs run the deer they were hunting off of their property.
Okay.
And I got a neighbor who only has 60 acres of pasture land. Okay?
Right.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
60 acres.
Yeah.
Pasture land.
Not much for hunting.
He's a dog hunter.
Yeah.
I'm all for him being a dog hunter. But from his house, there's no reason for him to ever let those dogs loose, is it? Because he can see the open pasture for 60 acres.
That's true.
Makes sense.
The only reason he's letting dogs off is to go scurry them off his neighbors.
Oh, yeah.
And
okay.
Then there's a wait a dang minute. That ain't right. And currently,
so all he really needs is some binoculars
says,
or scope,
if that.
Yeah.
And
in today's world, in 60 acres, you don't need binoculars to know, oh, that's something I want to shoot.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's the problem. You've got your nice, quiet. I've got this deer field that I spent all summer and fall getting ready for the deer to come and eat, so I can sit there in my deer blind and watch them come by. And then when I see the one I want, I take it. Versus the one who wants to scurry him up out of that property and get him over onto his property where he can just sit there and wait for him to come to him that way.
Right.
I get it. Okay. Well, it's been explained.
So, there are those that do their best to follow rules, and the dog doesn't know property lines. I get that. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I don't mind a dog occasionally, but a dog every day.
Yeah.
Imagine going every day, and every day dogs run all the deer off of you somewhere else every day.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be.
That can be aggravating.
That would be aggravating. Yep. So around here, would you say would you say we have more deer blind hunters or dog hunters in our area?
I'd probably say
I would say it's slowly shifting to still hunters.
Yeah. I guess still hunters, that's what I'm thinking.
But there are still a good number of dog, and there's nothing more fun than to have an old dog pack, get on a big old buck. I've done them both.
Yeah. And
it is fun, but I haven't done dog hunting in many years. But my whole introduction to deer hunting was with dogs.
Woo-wee! Look firm.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Look firm. I love it.
That big old she coon.
Come strutting in the room.
There you go. Well, I'm glad you contributed because like I said, I know a lot of people who hunt, and they do, and I would say they're still hunters because they talk about going out and working on their fields. And I'm thinking every time they talk about what they do out at their deer camp, I'm doing the math, and I'm thinking, okay, so when you do harvest that deer this fall, you're going to be paying about $500 a pound for deer meat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's if you're a cheap hunter.
Yeah, right.
That's if you're a broke hunter.
Yeah, okay, that's the poor hunter. $500 a pound for deer meat.
Yeah, it's about $7.50 an ounce.
Oh, wow. You gotta really want that deer, that's for sure.
Well, it's not always about there's so much else involved, and
I know it. It's about
considerations and various things for both hunters.
It's get out there,
and the dog hunters are no different because time they've bought the dogs and fed them year round.
Yeah.
And then they got the trucks and forward that they're invested just like a still hunter.
Well, I guess we could go into 2 seasons, extend a season that, no dog hunting until, say, this time of the year, like, sometime mid-January, something like that. I don't know.
Well, for the dog hunters that are out there,
we've got bow season, we got gun season, we could have dog season, no dog season.
Yeah. We do. There is a dog season. It comes and goes.
Okay.
But, for the dogs that are chasing scent, this is the most sensual time of the year for a buck.
All right. Now, let me get this straight. So if a person is spraying scent on themselves,
Dogs have come up to the back of a box before.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. What are you doing? What are you doing in my shoot house? I smelled you. That's why. Oh man, I tell you what, I think I'm beginning to see more and more why I never got into hunting.
Well,
however,
it can be time consuming.
If it gets to be where we don't have food on the table and the economy's bad, then I'll probably find a way to hunt.
There you go.
No, you'll probably have to be friends with a hunter. I don't know that it's
not gonna fit.
Well, now
pick up hunting and be successful.
Well, that's why I am very nice to hunters. I want to be friends with a hunter. That's for sure.
Yep. All right, guys.
All right.
I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day.
See you, man.
Thanks for the phone call. Well, I guess, Rob, that kind of gives a good explanation.
There you go.
Here's an explanation. Here's one thing that for you poor hunters out there, I'm not talking about the deer hunters or game hunters. I'm talking about those of you that went out there hunting for a Christmas gift for somebody special, and you really blew it.
Oh,
she didn't like that new iron and ironing board you got her for Christmas, or she didn't like that new vacuum cleaner you got her for Christmas. Go to LaBiche Jewelers on Monday when they open at 10 o'clock and make it right.
Absolutely do make it right at LaBiche Jewelers. Of course, once again, they are located at 2212 8th Street, right between 22nd and 23rd Avenues. And they will be reopening on Monday, and they'll also be open on Tuesday and closed on New Year's Day of next week. So, if you kind of threw a pitch in the dirt there with your sweetie, then go by and see the LaBiche family there. LaBiche Jewelers, since 1953, a heritage of trust. No matter if it's a diamond ring or maybe a bracelet or maybe a necklace, whatever it might be, they have a lot of great selections down there, and they have a great staff, and they'll commit to getting you the best jewelry purchase that will fit your special someone. That's why it's always been a heritage of trust since 1953. Once again, they're closed today, but reopen on Monday and Tuesday of next week, right before New Year's. So you can make it right before you ring in the new year of 2025 at LaBiche Jewelers. Once again, downtown Meridian, right there on 8th Street. 2212 8th Street. Go by and see him on Monday. Caller on the line. Good morning. Welcome to our show.
Man, timing is everything. And if there ever was such a thing as a segue, that was PRFECT. That was perfect.
Spells perfect. Very good.
And I really desire to have you guys to end your show with a bang, and that bang would have been pots and pans upside my head. Had I not taken advantage, I'll tell you why that was a perfect spot too for LaBiche jewelry.
Yeah.
I wear a wedding band, and my wife wears a wedding ring that was purchased at LaBiche Jewelry.
Look at you, smart man.
38 years ago today.
Hey, happy anniversary there, chick.
Thank you very much, Chick and Miss Hattie, celebrating year number 38. And like I said, it would have been pots and pans, and you all would have been able to end the show with a bang had I forgotten.
There you go, Chick.
I have to ask what's her secret.
Her secret for tolerating. Well, I've thrown a couple of pitches in the dirt. That's all. That's classic. That's classic. Only you would come up with.
Oh, there you go.
I got to remember that next time I see you. I'm gonna say, "Hey, bro, throwing the pitches in the dirt lately?"
Yeah, once or twice.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, we're actually visiting with families in the Lone Star State out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Now, I was listening to you guys' weather forecast back home, and that front, I think I ran it that way Tuesday night when I was driving in.
Oh.
And like y'all getting it now, like we had it out here. But
okay.
Yeah, but look, been enjoying the show. Just because I'm on the go don't mean I don't listen to the show.
Appreciate that, sir.
And I've enjoyed. I'm glad you all came back live. Everything else in talk radio is kind of cake box, remix or something, but you guys owe the original.
Come on, Mr. Chick. You the man.
Well, look, you guys have a good one, and hopefully everyone had a Merry Christmas. And if I don't talk to you guys anymore before the year comes in, I would take this opportunity to say a happy new year.
There we go.
Thank you, Mr. Chick. All right, we're going to get a break right in here, and we'll be right back. I'm Roger. He's Rob. We'll be right back. We're back in time just to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Rob, I want you to know something. It's been a great Friday, and of course, we'll be back again on Monday.
That's right, Monday, and then of course Tuesday. That ball game's gonna cut into the show.
That won't be a problem.
Darn right you are.
That's right. Ted says we're going to. So y'all have a great weekend, and we'll see you again on Monday morning at 7 o'clock after Fox News.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. God bless. Bye, local. All that good stuff.